Hi, I'm from Worldpeacefull, and I thought I'd do a video in the dark because everybody, when they come into alignment with love, peace, and truth, becomes a light in that darkness. For many, the darkness is limitedness, feeling trapped, powerless, afraid, distracted, not loved, alone, where one's needs are not being met. As the result of a disaster, where what has been known has been destroyed, when families break up, relationships break up, where one's world is challenged, particularly one's worldview, that can feel like darkness. So when that happens, just go into stillness, which is really just breathing in and breathing out, and feeling a sense of peace. It is said that just prior to death, people feel no fear because they let go of control at that point. They realize that they can't save their own life, and they succumb to that death process. And in that moment of surrender, people feel the greatest peace. Another example of the experience of peace is when a person has a car accident or they're involved in some calamity. And some people listening to this might recall, if it's happened to them, that everything went into slow motion at the point of impact. It happened very suddenly, and then everything slowed down as you became intensely present in the moment. Time slowed down. Or is it awareness expanding? So let's just go into the stillness for a little while to connect, not to an internet, but into a cosmic lattice work where gently all things connect. All things join. For no one is a separate island of automation. Ever. It's not possible. So breathing in, breathing out. In the stillness, it can seem like you don't exist, but you do. It is only in the emptiness that we feel disconnected. And even emptiness is not true. There is a saying, if you go within, you go within. If you go without, you go without. So if I do not go within, I go without. If I do not go without, I go within. Presence is going within. That is interconnectivity, if you like, with 5D, not 5G. There are parallel universes based on consciousness. One could create a World Wide Web on the one hand, or a cosmic lattice on the other. And in truth, they're not left nor right. It's more 3D or 5D. And the difference between 3D, 4D, and 5D is how deeply you love. Because love, the feeling of love is a frequency. Feeling is the highest frequency. That is why you feel so light when you feel happy. It is true that we are co-creators, each and every one of us. We always are creating the day, we're creating the night, we're creating the experience, we're creating our lives. Whether we're doing it consciously or unconsciously, we are indeed creating it. And we are at choice as to what we create. Everyone gets to choose. When you choose peace, you will find that you will soften. There is no need for ambition because you know what you have is what you need. There is no grasping for money. There is no need to stand out. There is no fear for the future, for life is always happening right now. Humanity's going through a transition where what has been is no longer agreed to. The time right now is a very creative space where we're imagining the future that we all want. Some will choose a future in their own image where they benefit and others don't. They will see the future as about energy flows, and real-time data. Others will see oneness, the now moment, as real time. The data will be insight. It'll come from universal wisdom. And it will be in harmony with the natural ecosystem. The energy that pulses in this system will be inspiration. There will be no disruption because nothing will be resisted quite naturally, as all things arise and fall exactly as they should. There is no belief or expectation or desire to manipulate events. As when one fully reclines into that natural energy system, everything rebalances on the basis of yin and yang. Homeostasis is not demand and supply. It's not credits and debits. Homeostasis is just rebalancing for equilibrium. And equilibrium at its focal point is 0 point. 0 point is the free energy that powers the grid. It is not clean. It is not dirty. It is natural. It is nature at rest. From little things, big things happen. The genetic blueprint recalibrates back to combinations that are reset to balance. Nothing is extracted beyond its reset point. Nothing is added. It just experiences the sum of the parts as the whole. All points sensitive to the whole, because consciousness becomes holistic. What you do to another returns to the self. All war is gone. There is no more fear, which is false evidence appearing real, as there is no need. There is no requirement. There is no condemnation. There is no loss. There is no difference. Everything is accepted as it is, not one thing greater than the other. There is no dominion. There is no inferiority or superiority. All things being equal. Equality is that reset point. For life doesn't labor. Life simply flows from high to low. Life flows. Clockwise. The mirror image may be anti-clockwise, but that is still a balancing point. There is no threat in this system, as everything works for the greatest good of the system. The inherent program within this type of system is constantly aware of the whole, and all activity promotes the whole as one. Every function within that flowing system doesn't lose energy, as each feeds into that system in a way that is unique and yet one with that system. There is an innate knowledge, an innate awareness within the sum of the parts of the whole. In a sense, chaos within chaos within chaos within chaos is not chaos at all. It can just appear that way. Everything is self-replicating from the microcosm to the macrocosm, as a holographic, as a geometric, synchronistic, synergistic, universal design that inherently balances. We are that in harmony. Harmony is the most efficient. So if we're talking about sustainability in the current narrative, harmony is sustainability. Harmony is not self-interest. Harmony is of a higher intelligence that knows the sum of the parts as whole. There is no force or inertia in this type of system. There is very, very little energy expended in this system. All things spin. Magnetic fields generate. Each exactly emitting the exact amount of magnetic field that is required to balance with the whole. Separated consciousness sees individual items. Holistic consciousness knows the whole as itself. So nothing can be taken from any aspect of self in order to serve another aspect as a singularity. Every aspect is the one reflecting the other. All returns to harmony, in response to change. Peace is surrendering to life as it is, without resistance. Peace is the highest intelligence, aware of the adventure. Peace sees no diversity. Peace is joy felt. Peace is the yin and the yang, the alpha and the omega, the dark and the light, resolved. So with that, I send peaceful resolution to the planet, to the people, to all sentient life, that we awaken to the oneness that we truly are, as that is the birthright of human nature. We're not a human being, we're a human nature. I send you peace and love.